With a manufacturing base near Mumbai, the next step is to have manufacturing north and south of the country. Just build up market share, become recognised as a player in Indian market with a strong reputation for quality, service, and price.
Okay, all right.
Hello, sir. How are you today?
Good evening, Siddhi. I'm well. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good too. So, I welcome everyone to the Startup Story Spotlight, a series of video interviews where we invite amazing founders to know their entrepreneurial journey. And today we have with us Kester Solomon from PCM Alchemy to know about his journey. So, the PCM pack, PCM, which stands for phase change material, opens up new possibilities for the temperature controlled transport of pharmaceutical products such as medicines or other temperature sensitive goods in various temperature ranges. Today we have with us its founder, Kester Solomon. So we are very glad to have with you, sir.
My pleasure, Siddhi. Nice to be here.
It would be great if you tell us more about yourself and your expertise in this PCM technology and what led you to this PCM Alchemy.
Sure. As you can hear from my accent, I'm not Indian. I'm actually from Australia. I have a business and background and a passion for chemistry. I love chemistry. I'm a real chemistry nerd. So I was the founder and managing director of TEEP, PCM Australia, for over 20 years. But in total, I have over 25 years of PCM experience. When TEEP Australia was operating, it was recognised globally as the leader in inorganic phase change materials. So I have extensive know-how in all facets of the PCM industry. With regards to PCM Alchemy, I see India as has unrivaled potential. I think after China, India has the largest potential moving forward for PCM application. So to build a successful PCM business, you really need high quality PCM. And you combine that with a company with excellent encapsulation and packaging technology. PCM Alchemy are well regarded in both those facets. So it's a logical fit of our technologies together.
So that's amazing. So can you give us an overview of the industry size and the market dynamics for thermal energy storage solutions?
Sure. Up to 2022, the global sales were about US 1.4 billion. Projecting forward to 2028, International Energy Agency is projecting figures of about 3 billion. So it's doubling in the next 6 years. But what's really exciting is from 2028 to 2030, it'll double again to well over 5 billion. So the market, it's right on that parabolic curve. So yes, looking good. Dynamics for the industry as well. It's really catalyzed by increasing demand for energy efficient technologies using thermal energy solutions. The real key for the markets to move forward needs to be more government initiative, and that will lead hopefully to industry awareness and adoption, incorporating PCM and other thermal energy solutions to reduce world CO2 emissions.
That's really insightful to know.
Thank you.
Can you please also tell how mature is the Indian market as compared to the rest of the world, as you have experience in that dynamic as well?
If you look at world sales, America, United States is leading the way, closely followed by Europe. China is then taking out the bronze medal in third place. Fourth, you've got roughly India and the Middle East together, and then Southeast Asia makes up the rest of the market. But what's interesting is projections moving forward over the next few years. China will be number one and India number two. So the next few years look very exciting for Indian PCM market.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that.
Good.
According to you, what are the key driving factors for the industry in India?
It's a good question. The population size in India is is massive. So combining industrialization and urbanization of India as a country, it needs to look at ways to reduce its CO2 emissions, as all countries do. Refrigeration is a big issue in the Indian market with regards to transporting of perishable goods, food, beverages, any perishable item, pharmaceuticals, as you touched on earlier. That's a big driving factor. Taking that a step further, the concept in India of the last mile transportation is also a very big problem. So to give you an example, when you look at milk transport in India, up to 40% of the milk is wasted or spoiled in that final part of its destination. So the ability to regulate temperatures and keep products at their right temperature is very important. Following on from that as well, Siddhi, you've got dry ice has been recognized as a dangerous good, especially when it's on board an aircraft. So there's a big opportunity there to replace dry ice with cold temperature PCMs, and India as well. That's a big market there. And as I touched on earlier, government initiatives to keep driving the use of PCM and other thermal energy storage forward to reduce CO2 emissions, particularly applying PCM into the building industry. That's a big driving factor moving forward.
As we are discussing about this driving factors, you must also be eyeing on some specific customers. So what will draw the customers towards your various solutions you offer?
That's a good question. I think our PCMs are really tailored towards the customer's needs, which is key. Also, we're going to, because it's an Indian-based company, it's localized, manufacturing, supply, service, all based in India. Short delivery lead times. The perfect one-stop PCM shop in India is what we're going to be driving for. So, plus you factor in high quality encapsulation and packaging. That's the other key facet in the business. So, and PCM Alchemy has loads of expertise in that arena.
It's like one-step solution.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what we're driving for. You got it.
That's great. So, can you please tell about the challenges faced by the enterprise customers?
I think the larger the corporation, the slower the cogs of development move. So for an enterprise organization to be open to new technology and look at modifying their current product range, that's really important. So they need to be open to adopting new technologies into their products. And of course, that involves significant research and development. So there's money issues and there's a time lag, but that's really the key. Having vision and foresight, looking forward to the future to incorporate new technologies into their products. I think.
That's great. Can you please tell me about the solutions that you're offering and how is it different from other competitors in this market?
Yeah, sure. So we deal in inorganic PCM, hydrated salts. To develop an inorganic PCM, it takes time, but it's not that difficult. However, if you want to develop a very high quality inorganic PCM, that can take years. And it's very complicated to do. So our PCMs incorporate our own, trade secret know-how, additives and nucleating agents to make sure the PCM is a long life cycling product. When you add into that as I mentioned before, our encapsulation and packaging technology, it just ensures we have a high quality, long life, low cost PCM product. So I think when you compare us to other inorganic companies, I think that puts us in really good position. And secondly, if you compare our technology to, say, paraffin PCMs, moving forward, the building industry in the years to come will without doubt be the largest market. So the problem paraffins face is their flammability issues and their low thermal conductivity. So inorganic PCMs is really the future in that regard. Sorry, just going to
Really insightful to know.
Yeah.
As we are out of the COVID outbreak now, fortunately, so what
Yes.
is the impact of COVID on the industry for you?
No, it's a good question. Like many industries in the world, there was significant setbacks, and the world basically came to a grinding halt for a couple of years. But really, COVID was a blessing in disguise for the PCM industry because it shined a light on PCM, particularly the transport of PCMs, vaccines, etc. Because COVID vaccines need to be kept at a very stringent temperature range, around -20 centigrade. This led to really fast and strict government regulations. So usually governments are very slow and there's all sorts of bureaucracy, but the world had to move fast. So strict regulations came into play, requiring vaccines to be kept at that constant -20. And PCMs were the answer to keeping all the vaccines at that temperature range. So it's been a wonderful awareness of PCMs. It's also been an uptake for all other pharmaceutical-based transportation products using phase change material. So the knock-on effect for PCMs in the pharmaceutical industry has been astronomical. PCM owes a big thank you to COVID.
Actually, the digital transformation was actually a boon for many of the startups during this time. I think that was the same for PCM.
Yeah, exactly. Same boat.
That's great to know. Like, how has the market evolved during these years? Like, what are the trends that you have seen in this market?
Without doubt, the awareness and adoption since COVID is number one. That's really put PCM on the map. Also, there's been a subtle but quite significant shift from paraffin products to inorganics. So moving forward, I think that's looking quite interesting as well, how the market's evolving in that regard.
So that takes us to our last but not the least question. Like, where do you position PCM Alchemy in the next 3 to 5 years?
It's a good question. With a manufacturing base near Mumbai, the next step is to have manufacturing north and south of the country. Just build up market share and become recognized as a player in Indian market with a strong reputation for quality, service, and price. So serve our customers well.
That's amazing to know. And it was an insightful session with you. Like, it was brief as well as to the point. And I think I just wish you all the very best from the entire team of Startup Story, because
thank you, Sid.
What you're doing is like just really talented and rare to know. And because of you, I'm also very intrigued by these questions today. So thank you so much for your time, and we are so glad that you came here with us for this interview spotlight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for the time to interview me, and I look forward to an interview down the track when you see how PCM Alchemy is progressing.
Yeah, definitely. Even I would like to see that. So,
thank you.
Thank you so much. I think so.
My pleasure, Siddhi.
Yeah. Thank you.